Well, welcome back, my friends all, to an early morning rendition of Choir Boys Outdoors. Listen, today we are doing the BPS Knives Bushmate. Now, the boys over at Dutch Bushcrafters designed this one. If it looks familiar, we actually did a review on this not too long ago, and you're like, Scab, why in the hell would you do it again? Well, two reasons. One, Timbo sent me one. The first one that I did, Kirk let me use. Timbo sent this one. And I thought, this is a hell of a time to check a couple of things out. Now, I'm going to link the other video in the description. It gives all the specs and all that. One thing I will do that I never do is I'm going to put a link to this knife. I actually bought one. I like it so much, and this is the God's honest truth. I bought one. What I want to do today, guys, is focus on a couple different things here with the Bushmate. Now, it's a straight bushcrafty size knife. It just is. One thing that BPS does phenomenally well, and they do a lot, but one thing that rarely gets talked about is their ferro rods. They have some of the best ferro rods out there, especially for a production knife company. Typically, and we're shaving up a little lighter knot, fat wood, fat lighter, whatever you want to call it right there. Old Scab's looking lean, mean fighting machine. Typically, when you get like a production run ferro rod, it's just not that good. The higher end companies will do it, but most production companies just send you something. They're like, here you go, good luck, whatever. BPS takes the time to send you a good ferro rod, and it matters. It damn sure matters. In fact, we're going to start two separate little fires with it. Now, BPS knives are also known for their sharpness. I believe, and I could be wrong here, I believe they use 1066 steel wood handles. So it's a good carbon steel. Now, this ferro rod was brand new, came with this particular knife. And the one thing you got to know about old Scab is I suck at ferro rods. But you see how it's throwing sparks. It throws them sons of bitches everywhere. It's like a European flamethrower, son. Right there, I think we fired up. Now, not only did I use a little fat lighter right there, but I used some camphor, some dried out camphor. And when that stuff gets hot, it goes up like gasoline, son. I mean, straight diesel. And when we do our some campouts this week, not this weekend, when we do some campouts this fall, we're going to burn a lot of camphor. Now, I don't know that I'd cook over it, but to keep you warm, that shit gets hot. Now, right here, Kirk found just a wad of stuff, and we'll call it a bird's nest. Now, to my dear tree-hugging friends, this is not a real bird's nest. I feel the need to stress that. Although if it was, it would be okay because it would be old. It's not. Kirk found some stuff. But right here, guys, within 2 or 3 strikes, and honestly, I've never claimed to be some huge bushcraft guy. I'm probably like 1/1,000,000th out of a million when it comes to bushcraft. I'm just not. I'm learning, right? So for me, a knife that's sharp, BPS knives are always sharp, a knife that comes with a good ferro rod, because here's the deal, if you're in the woods and you're like me and you buy something, you want to be shown. We have an expression over here that says, I'm from the show me state. Now, Missouri's the show me state. I'm not from Missouri, but it's an expression. You got to show me. BPS shows every time. The other thing is the design. The fellas did a good job. There's no way to take that from them. I've always found the differences between European thought process and American thought process fascinating. But this is a knife anybody can use. I see this as a great little camping knife, kayaking knife, fishing knife, hunting knife. Just an awesome little backup companion knife. It'll do exactly what you need it to do. And again, I cannot stress this enough. BPS makes some of the sharpest production knives on the market. They also use that carbon steel, so it's easy to sharpen in the field. The DBK guys have done this for a long, long time. They know what they like. They incorporated it, it seems like, in this design. And I've had people say, well, it's basic, it's a steak knife. What more do you need? When you have a design that's tried and true, and this design is tried and true, and it is light, it is well balanced, it is comfortable in hand. I didn't find any hot spots working with it. Now remember, this is our second go-round with it, and here's the truth. Kirk has one. We're over at the studio, over at Kirk's house, and Kirk's one of the most particular sons of bitches on the planet. He just is. But he likes this knife. And right here, you see just pulling on that ratchet strap. The tip's super sharp. Let me tell y'all something. That 4-inch ratchet strap ain't no damn joke, son. Knife cut straight through it. Did everything I needed it to do. What does it tell me? Well, it tells me if I was to go kayaking and I wanted to pull over and make a fire or make a camp, this would be a great knife for that. I could prep food. I could build a fire. I could build a shelter. I could do whatever I needed to do. And this fall, we're going to do just that. And we're going to use different knives. And I believe this is a knife I'll use. You don't want something super complicated. And again, BPS does a phenomenal job with their ferro rods. I have several of them. Kirk has several of them. We swear by the damn things. And typically speaking, rule of thumb, they do a great job with their leather sheaths. So you get a knife, I'm not sure how much this one is. I want to say $35, $40. I'll put the link to Amazon. But here's the thing, man. For 35 or 40 bucks, you get a good leather sheath, you get a great ferro rod, and you get a damn good knife. That's a well thought out design, a tried and true design. You can't beat it. And I always tell y'all, I'm not here to say you shit. I'm not here to convince you shit. This knife should convince you of its own. And I know a lot of guys, especially right now, are in kind of that, hey man, we need something good, we need something solid, but we need a good budget price. You can do this. In fact, I should be the QVC. Good Lord, I'd sell myself one. I may buy another one. Right here, I did this a lot. So what we do is we lay the ratchet strap down, right? And then we just pull it. It's akin to skinning or caping or anything like that. There's nothing, I don't think, that's going to have a tougher or rougher hide than that ratchet strap here in North America. I could be wrong. God knows somebody will correct me if I am. You guys are good about letting the knife blows through it. And I wanted to stress this too. I did a lot of cutting in this video. I did a lot of cutting in the first video. I really didn't have to find myself adjusting my hand a whole lot. Like once I got a grip, if it was a pinch grip or a fencing grip, stabbing grip, whatever grip I got, I found that as I was making the cut, I could stay in that grip. That's a testament to the handle. I also found that I didn't get any hot spots. And if I did need to transition, it was a smooth transition. Now this to me is just a great looking knife. The more a knife looks like a knife, the more I like it. I'm just going to be honest with you. And y'all know I love all knives. I love my big knives, my big bashers and crashers. And that's what we built the channel on, just the bad boys. But this is a knife. This is a style knife that I'm growing more and more and more and more accustomed to. So, BPS, DBK, great job, fellas. Timbo, big shout out to you, brother. I appreciate you more than you'll ever know. And guys, if you're not subscribed to Timbo437, that dude does more for this community behind the scenes than you will ever know, sending knives and helping guys out. I absolutely adore it. Well, we're at that time. Guys, there was a time in this country where 22 veterans a day took their own lives. Now, the numbers are still between 15 and 29. That's why here on this channel, we focus on the number 0. Anything over 0 is simply unacceptable. Vets, we love you. Man, you have a place here. You are welcome here. That's all that means. We're not a charity. This means you're welcome here. I back the blue, guys, and it gets me a lot of comments, and I understand it. But listen to me. I'm not here to shove that down your throat. My kid's a cop over in Alabama. He ain't a kid. Well, he's my kid, ain't he? He's a 6'3", 240-pound guy, veteran, wanted to keep serving people, so he went to be a cop. But before that, I still back the blue. It's a personal choice. You don't have to. The whole back the blue before it happens to you. Well, it's happened to me more than it happened to you. Finally, if you're an addict, never quit quitting. Well, I'm Scab. You're not. I'm going, son.